Hello everyone, welcome to today's mindset. So today's mindset, I'm going to be targeting all of you out there who are feeling sad, are feeling down about your life. Today we're going to be doing a therapy session for depression, okay? And it all begins with gratitude. When we have gratitude for our life, there's no way that we can be depressed about our life. So we have to change our mindset when it comes to these depressive thoughts, these negative thoughts that keep spiraling us deeper down into that dark hole where you feel empty, where you feel like life's not worth living, where you feel like there's no way out. But you know what? There is a way out. We need to change our mindset about this, okay? So how does depression stem from? First of all, depression stems from one negative thought. It can be any simple negative thought, as simple as possible. It can be as simple as saying, oh, I'm not good at this game. As simple as that. Now, how does this transpire into depression? Well, this negative thought not only gets bigger, but you start to apply it to other areas of your life. So if you say you're not good enough for this game, then you start to apply it to, I'm not good enough for relationships. I'm not good enough at my job. I'm not good enough for the world. And then you end up with the thought that you're not good enough at all. And then your worth and self-esteem goes down so low that then you don't know how to get out of that mentality. And this mentality that you're in is basically a cause of ruminating over these negative thoughts. Rumination is basically when you repeat a thought obsessively over and over again compulsively. And these ruminations are really difficult to get out of your brain unless you have a strategy. What helps me, or what's helped my clients in the past when I've dealt with people who were dealing with depressive symptoms, is to tell them to schedule in a time of the day where they get to think about these thoughts. Okay, so for example, let us begin by saying that you find yourself thinking about so many negative thoughts about yourself almost the entire day. That is basically taking over your mind. It's driving you crazy. And every single second of the day, you find yourself talking about yourself negatively or ruminating about negative situations that happened in the past and how they made you feel and how painful it was. So limit yourself to, let's say, 20 minutes a day where you can think about these things. Basically, when you can sit down with yourself and think about these experiences, think about these emotions that are troubling you. So let's say you schedule in 5 p.m. every day. I allow myself to be able to think about these depressive thoughts, okay? So 5 to 5:20 p.m. every day, you're gonna be doing this exercise. Soon enough, when you find yourself complying with that rule, you're gonna find yourself thinking, 20 minutes is so much for me. You're gonna be so bombarded with those 20 minutes. You're gonna be like, I don't wanna sit here just drowning myself into these negative thoughts for 20 minutes. It's too much, it's a waste of my day. So that's when you begin to reduce the number of minutes in your day that you get to spend on these negative thoughts. So you reduce it to 15 minutes. And then you go so on until it's minimal. Basically 5 minutes or 1 minute if you can. Until eventually it poof, disappears, right? You don't need to think about these negative thoughts anymore. Because these negative thoughts all come from the ego. You see, the ego is that other side opposite to our higher self, opposite of love. Because fear and love can't coexist into the same mind. This is what the Course in Miracles teaches us. And this is why I highly suggest that you really check that out on my School of Thought. Because it's really changing my mentality about life, about our mentality, about our thoughts, even about spirituality. It really is a game changer. So in this book, it tells us that depression is caused by the ego because the ego wants us to be in fear. You see, God didn't create us to be in fear. He wanted us to be in love. He wanted us to be in ultimate truth, knowing this knowledge with ultimate faith, with ultimate knowing. But yet the ego wants to confuse you. And the ego wants to throw you off track by stemming insecurities within you and making you think that these insecurities are real. But really, these insecurities are an illusion. They're false. They're created by your ego. And then this ego because of the law of attraction, attracts people who are going to confirm those insecurities and AKA bring you down. And this is why personality here counts, because personality issues is just basically having a strong personality or a weak personality. If you have a weak personality, this means that it's very gullible, meaning that you believe everything that you see, you hear, or people tell you about yourself. Basically, you're very easily to manipulate. A strong personality won't give in, because a strong personality knows and stands in its truth no matter what. No matter what thoughts try to stave them off of their path. No matter what the ego tries to do. No matter what triggers come about. Because they're so strong in their faith, in their knowing, that these triggers don't have any value of them. Because they know that they're meaningless. In the Course of Miracles, one of the very first lessons for the day was that every thought, everything on earth holds no value. You see, so this notebook here has no value. It's just a notebook. This couch here has no value. It's just a couch. So basically, if everything has the same value, then nothing holds more importance than anything else. Nothing is superior to anything else. So this means that the thoughts that you have in your mind hold no value. So they hold no superiority over the positive thoughts or over the nothing thoughts, basically. So this gives it away its power. You're taking away the power of these negative thoughts in your brain. So when these thoughts hold no value in our minds, this means that we can go about our day in peace, because every thought that gets into our mind is just a fleeting thought, basically. No more than that. Just because it's a thought doesn't mean it's real. It only becomes real when you give it importance, when you give it attention, when you give it focus. That's when it becomes influential in your life. And we don't want to give influence to those negative thoughts, to those negative perceptions, because perceptions is not truth, remember. Perception is the opposite of knowing. When you perceive something to be true, that means that you're assuming it to be true. So it takes away of the value. It takes away of the credibility of it. It takes away of the effectiveness of it. So in order to get rid of these depressive thoughts, is to tell ourselves that these depressive thoughts are not really real. They're just thoughts. So because they're not real, it can't influence our personality. It can't influence our behaviors. It can't influence the way that we feel about ourselves. We're valuable no matter what. So when you begin to realize this, everything changes. Your mindset changes. Depression can no longer have a hold of you, because depression is all in the mind. It's a mental disease. That's why it's called a mental disease, because it's mental and it's a lack of ease. You understand? It's a dis-ease. There is an unease in the body. There is an imbalance in the brain because of the mentality, because of what's going on internally in your soul, in your emotions. And when you can begin to heal this, the deep core issue of this, then you can begin to tell yourselves, oh, that's not real. I'm not going to listen to my ego. I'm going to listen to my higher self that tells me that I am divine. I am one with God. I am a healer. I can heal myself because I'm already healed. We are born healed already. We have the potential to be in the light. It's all about what path you're going to take, the path of the light or the path of the dark, the path of listening to your higher self or the path of listening to your ego. It's all free will. And that's the huge test of life, to decide what path are you going to take. How far into your soul evolution are you? Are you wise enough to choose the higher way? Or are you still stuck in these negative patterns, in these 2D lower realms of mentality? And now the second part of this depression therapy is to have your very own gratitude journal. This is the gratitude journal that I began the Loving Your Life series on my IGTV, on my Instagram. And in this journal, basically, daily, while you're doing your meditation practice, you're gonna be telling yourself, grabbing a card from my spiritual guidance deck, which is this one right here, that you can pre-order on my website by sending me an email. This is the spiritual guidance deck, and I created this specifically to keep everyone in the light, basically, to help you get that spiritual guidance every morning. It's basically like a message from the divine angels for the day, okay? So let's see what the angels have to say today about depression. All you gotta do is just pick one random card. And that's the card when you ask the angels, you see? It just flew out. When you ask the angels, what do you want them to tell you? They will tell you. Angels will never deny you. God will never deny you. That's the other part. When you know that you always have infinite support, that you're never alone, that you're always supported, there's no way that you can feel alone. There's no way that you can go deeper into this depressive hole. There's no way that you cannot love your life. Because suicide ideation comes from the notion of not loving your life, from not feeling like your life has meaning. But when you get on your soul mission, which I will be doing a separate video on that, your life is gonna hold great value, and there's no way that you're gonna be able to even have those depressive thoughts in your life. You're not gonna feel that you even deserve to have those thoughts because you have so much to be grateful for. You're so blessed. So this is the guidance for you. It says, take some time to breathe and meditate. And this is what I'm getting here. When you meditate, meditation is communication, like what the Course in Miracles says. Communication between you and the divine. In order to get this clear channel between you and the divine, you need to spend time in silence. You need to spend time alone, meditating in your spiritual discipline and practice on a daily basis. And in this meditation space, in this sacred space, you're gonna hear your higher calling. You're gonna hear what your purpose is in this life. And this new meaning that your life's gonna hold, this new reassurance from your angels, from God that you're loved, is gonna get you out miraculously out of this depression state. And you're gonna wanna live your life full-heartedly, with passion, with joy, and with ultimate love. And then the second part after, you're gonna grab an affirmation card, which is soon to be available also in my spiritual shop. It's basically the same method. You're gonna shuffle the cards and get an affirmation card for the day. And that's the affirmation that you have to tell yourself in the mirror. So I'm gonna grab my mirror right now so that you can see. Okay, so you're gonna have a little pocket mirror. It could be any mirror. It could be those little purse mirrors, any mirror. And you're gonna just look at yourself. And you're gonna repeat that affirmation. I am valuable. I am valuable to the universe. I am valuable to humanity. I am valuable to myself. I am valuable to others around me. And that's what you're gonna do every day. Repeat those affirmations, repeat those spiritual guidance messages, and then you're gonna open up your gratitude journal. And you're gonna write the day, Saturday, January 4th, 2020. And you could create a journal. Maybe you can even buy a journal that's already pre-established with the templates of every day. You can even write it on your calendar. Every day you're gonna start your sentence with, I am grateful, blank, and then dot. And that's what you're gonna repeat. Because then, over the time, you're gonna see all of the things that you have to be grateful for. And you're gonna be like, wow, my life is blessed. I love my life. I'm so grateful, my angels, I'm so grateful, God, for this life and this gift that you've given me. So what are you grateful for today? I am grateful that I love my life. That was the spiritual message for today. So that's how depression therapy works. If you need extra guidance on this subject and with your own personal life, please book a personal coaching session with me. And we can delve deep into the issue that's causing this depressive emotions in your life. What's clogging up your heart and your soul? prohibiting you from living your best life ever, because everyone deserves to live a high vibrational life. And that is my mission here on earth, to get as many people on that path where they're gonna love their life. So you can email me, Christy@ChristyRamirez.com. Check out all my services on my website. Tune into all the resources that I have. All of the videos that I post are relevant for your soul journey, your health and wellness, your spiritual lifestyle, everything. So I hope that you enjoyed this introductory video to the kind of therapy that I do for depression and any other mental diseases. Have an amazing and beautiful day. Namaste.